Alright, I'm going to start this video with a quick warning. If you're absolutely in love with Jenna Marbles and are totally ready to go all Southern honor on me and, fight to the death for her righteousness, then this probably isn't the video for you. Now, to be fair, Tumblr was almost like a hot potato, so I didn't find it all on my own. But I did want to watch the video, get informed about what all the hype was about. We good? Okay. Now, Jenna describes a slut as someone who has a lot of casual sex, which I don't really understand, because why is someone else's sex life your business in the first place? But I let it slide. Whatever. People make judgments all the time. We're intrinsically human. As the video went on, that's where it got a little rough for me. And then she goes on to say that it's not that girl who, oh, she's confused, which in itself is a really shitty statement. Because number one, why are we fitting people into stereotypes? Number two, why are you promoting the fact that we group people into slut, non-slut? That doesn't make sense to me. But no, don't worry. She wants us to understand that these are the true sluts we're discussing. You know, the girls you see in the thong department of Target laugh at, point at, and say, oh, she'll be using those later. Because obviously being a slut is a choice. Now, I agree that in most cases you can choose whether or not to have sex, but what I don't agree with is the fact that you can somehow choose how other people view you. If I went out and had sex with two guys right now, sure, I'm choosing to have sex, but I wouldn't choose to have the rumors floating around about me or the mean Facebook statuses or the Jenna Marbles videos. But again, nothing to fear here. She's not judging us. She's judging our slutty choices. Now, Southerners didn't hate Northerners. They hated their high tariffs and the fact that they didn't want slaves in their territories, which obviously makes it okay. But you go, Jenna, you and your many slut friends. Here's a cookie. She then goes on to say that she doesn't really mind sluts, she just has some questions to ask them, which is strange because as the video goes on, not a single question is asked. Now, this is where it starts getting really bad. We're all self-conscious, but girls in particular, we've got body issues. No, we don't. Don't generalize by gender. And I'm not trying to preach, because I'm sure no one does this on purpose, but this is the reason why women are viewed as lesser than men. Now, this is how problematic stereotypes start, by grouping all of us in a gender role, saying that we all have body issues or we're all self-conscious about the way we look. That puts us on a much lower peg than men. And I get that it's probably not on purpose, but that doesn't make it okay. But again, Jenna the motherfucking saint would never let you go home with a guy, thereby saving you from sexual diseases and homicide. Cookie number 2. Alright, now this right here, the stupid sluts, is where I started getting really passionately not so happy about this video. Number 1, saying that sluts make college go round. Saying that guys go to college just to pick up sluts and that girls go to college to be sluts. I don't know where she went to school, but I've got boobies, and I plan on getting an education. In a nutshell, gender roles, they can kind of kiss my ass. Now, Jenna goes on to say that one girl had anal sex, and that one slut in particular goes on to say that it wasn't sex because it wasn't vaginal. Alright, Jenna, honey, just because it doesn't make sense to you doesn't mean it doesn't make sense to someone else. Believe it or not, a blogger on YouTube, whether it be her, whether it be me, whether it be President Obama in front of his webcam, they don't define everyone else's sexual opinions. If that girl says that vaginal sex is the only sex she counts, who are you to say otherwise? Now, next she groups sluts with people who want to bang other people's boyfriends, which to me does not equal. I mean, from the beginning of the video, she defines sluts as someone who has lots of casual sex, and casual sex doesn't necessarily mean you're with someone else who's in a committed relationship, so maybe that's just flying way over my head, but I doubt it. Now here, I was rewatching the video to make sure I got this part right, because I don't want to offend people who watch Jenna Marbles. And I got angry to the point that my webcam went pfft. Someone's pregnancy is not invalidated by how many men they have slept with. Point blank. I mean, that's great that you're judgmental enough that you say if someone is promiscuous, that if they have a child, that you're not happy for them. That's awesome. I'm leaning towards sarcastic cookie number 3. But honestly, this isn't even funny enough to make a joke out of. This is just wrong. A girl has sex with 3, 4, 5, 10, 20 guys. She gets pregnant and all of a sudden her pregnancy doesn't matter. You'll buy her a few cute things and pretend to be happy, but on the inside you're thinking, who's the dad? Why the fuck does it matter who the dad is? This is not your pregnancy. This is not your baby. Who are you to judge? I'm honestly, I can't even voice how disgusted I am by that opinion. And here comes Jenna Marbles, savior of the female population. If you see another girl who's drunk off her ass and a guy is trying to take her home, that's not a slutty decision. That's sexual assault. Now, this is why feminism has a bad name, saying you have to be a fellow vagina to help an incapable girl out. This isn't a girl thing. This is a human thing. Essentially, stopping sexual assault is like the least you could do to not be a douchebag. This is like the Ally Week of feminism, but that's another video for another day. I just cannot wrap my head around this concept. You are not saving some girl from herself. You are saving some girl from a guy who realizes that she is incapable of making her own decisions and still trying to take her home. The whole mindset that she's adopted in this video plays into rape culture perfectly, saying that it's the girl's fault for getting drunk rather than the guy's fault for wanting to perform sexual activities with her while she's unable to make a decision against it. Wrong. And that's not an opinion. That's wrong. And why? Worse, if someone is drunk and with a guy, they're automatically a slut? By calling a cab for them, you're helping the sluts of the world make less slutty decisions? No! My hat just fell off in anger! Wrong, wrong, wrong. I literally do not understand how this opinion came to be socially acceptable. And worse, why 40,000 people have liked this video. What is there to like? But thank you, Jenna Marbles, for saving us from herpes for life. Thanks! And obviously, the sluts of the world are the lonely ones, not the girls making problematic videos about the sluts. And on a side note, why does she assume that these sluts who have casual sex won't use protection? She's basically insinuating that any sexual encounter can end in disease. But correct me if I'm wrong, if you're practiced in sex, chances are you're probably going to be careful about it. Now, what I will give Jenna is that hooking up with a lot of guys does not make you cool, but it doesn't make you uncool either. That's like judging someone on their makeup. It's superficial and it's wrong. In my opinion, decency is judging someone on their personality and the way they treat you as a person, not necessarily how many guys they sleep with. No, it's only cool if you have a longtime boyfriend who you love and care about, who will spread rose petals across your pillows. That's what makes you cool, because that's totally available to most high school and college-age girls. That's your demographic, Jenna. Obviously, it's okay to look like a slut, but you can't act like a slut. God forbid Jenna Marbles judges you. Sex is not taboo. Having lots of sex is not taboo. You should have sex if you want to have sex. More than anything, I'm just disgusted by the fact that Jenna Marbles essentially acts as a teen girl role model. And she's teaching them that girls are weak and that guys are only there to take sexual advantage. And that if you indulge in something you like, then you're wrong and you deserve to be judged for it and you're making stupid decisions and you're going to contract herpes. Now, like I prefaced in the video before, if you... Oh, shit. As I was saying, you love Jenna Marbles? Fine, that's fine to comment, argue with me, do whatever you want. It's the internet, it's your choice. And I'm not saying she's a bad person. I obviously don't know her and I don't know her own life choices. But this video is not okay, in any sense of the word. And I think before you go on and judge that girl in the hallway who you heard blew one guy in the movie theaters one weekend and another guy in a bathroom the next, think about it for a second. How is it harming you? And if nothing else, keep your comments to yourself. There's no reason to make a video about it.